Ugh, well this is kind of grim weather. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to The Wind Waker. In the last episode, we took some pictures of some Ritos. We became an honorary Rito by that's hard to say, by taking part in the Birdman contest. And then we came here to the Fairy Island and got a lot of bombs. Now we can use a lot of these bombs, but on the way, we'll be heading south to Bomb Island, but on the way, I'm going to collect off-screen some rupees from various treasure charts, so I'll mark them on the map on the way down, and then see you at Bomb Island. Now obviously, to maximally explore Bomb Island, we required bombs, but now we have bombs, so you see that big rock on the centre of the island? Let's hit it. Obviously there's no reason you have to do this from the ship, I just think it looks cooler if we fire a kind of broadside volley at the whole island and try and smash some shit. I'm actually overshooting the damn thing there. We have a lot of bombs now, so we can risk to do crap like this. Hey! So that's uncovered a hole. Let's head down said hole. Bet that's not what you're expecting. This fiery dungeon. So, there's a switch. Stand on it. Door opens. And stand off it and the door closes. But we've seen this before, haven't we? Cast your mind all the way back to Dragon Roost Island. The little puzzle for the boss key required us to, if I can bloody do this, stab a magtail in the guts and then use its kind of, curled up body as a thing on... Ooh, that one was right, about to attack me. Whoop! And then we can move through the door by kind of using it as a weight to hold the switch down. Now this room is basically the same, except a lot harder, because you'll notice this time the switch is in here. But fortunately this first one, we press it, both open, and we don't actually need to weigh it down with anything. But I believe that... Oh no! Well, I was going to say I believe there is a timer, but maybe there isn't a timer, maybe there's just actually you have to do it before getting butthurt like that, but apparently that didn't matter either, so we can just move on. Now, however, you'll notice there are 2 flaming bits, and 2 magtails, and then the treasure chest up ahead, also on flames. Now what we need to do here is there are 2 magtails, so we kind of stab them up like we usually do. Come on. No, why isn't this... I'll just use this magtail instead. Maybe he's more... Oh no, he's being a bugger as well. Stabby! And stabby. Nope. And stabby. There we go. He's curled up. So now we can throw him through this fiery ring onto the switch inside it. Which he's not actually sitting on. That's bloody annoying. Well, anyway. Let's try and see if we can throw this guy all the way across there in one then. Yes! Oh! Oh, that was the most glorious shot ever. Did you see that? Ha 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 ha! So that's that switch pressed. Now we just need to press the other switch because this magtail is being uncooperative. So let's stab him. Again, I think once these switches are pressed, they stay pressed, but the challenge is actually pressing them in the first place because you need a bloody magtail to do it. And they are being uncooperative. There we go, that one actually landed on the switch. So when both switches are pressed, that opens, well, pulls the fire down around the treasure chest. So let's open the chest. A piece of heart, yay! So now we're... Oh, that was embarrassing. Now I'm going to head off to Southern Fairy Island, but going to go via Southern Triangle Island and Ice Ring Island to pick up some rupees. Now, at this fairy island, like on every fairy island, there are 2 things we can do. The first of these is the fairy thing itself, which we can reveal using a bomb. Using a bomb! There we go. But, as you must have noticed by now, there's also something else hidden on every single fairy island, which is... Mr. Blue Choo Choo! That sounds like some kind of weird rap lyric or something. But, yes. So now you've seen the kind of whole fairy thing a number of times already, so I'm basically going to speed through this one a little bit.
Young Waker of the Winds, allow me to aid you in your quest.
And we get the bigger bomb bag, which is awesome. So now we can hold 99 bombs, which is an outrageously large amount, which we may never actually need. So that is incredibly pimp. Man, pretty pimp is bad enough, but incredibly pimp. Doctor, you need to stop using words ever. So what do we need to do now? We need to head to those platforms. I put an extra syllable in there. These platforms over to the kind of the southeast of the fairy island. And you'll notice that 2 of them have ladders on them, but that 3rd one in the centre does not. So we will of course just use the 2, well, we'll start with this one on the left, but we'll do the 2 that we can do, obviously. But it's much easier than doing the 2, the one we can't do, because that would be impossible, because we can't do it. Stop talking, Doctor. Up here, we just need to kill, there are 2 bokoblins. Just need to kill them all. No, actually I lied, apparently there are 3 bokoblins, and my gamepad is running out of batteries. This is so not good, I have no idea where the charger for it is. Now, once we've killed all the bokoblins on... Ooh, that hurts. Once we've killed all the bokoblins on one platform, what we can actually do is... Nope, that's the wrong thing. I want to play the Wind's Requiem, not the Song of Passing. That looks really cool with the smoke there, but yes, set the wind behind us. And there was the 3rd tower that we couldn't get to, but what we can do is... glide across to it. I think one of the cannons on this one actually took out one of the cannons on the other one, which is what's smoking. So let's kill these buggers. Haha, he fell over, that was funny. I should probably be grappling these, actually. Then, once you've killed the bokoblins on the one that you can't get to, you approach the final one that you can get to. And then we kill the bokoblins up here, of course not forgetting to grapple them like I have been for the last few ones. That was not a bokoblin that I grappled, that was a chest. No, not a chest, that was a jug. That's the word. And upon killing all the bokoblins, nothing happens. So apparently I'm an idiot and got my notes wrong once again. You don't have to kill all of the bokoblins. What you do have to do is kill all these cannons that are firing at us. So once we've taken out all the cannons, a fancy looking chest appears. You'll notice there's an open chest next to it. That's because, well, amongst other things, it's because I'm an idiot. Basically, I defeated like half the cannons and that chest appeared, so I was like, oh, well, that chest must be the one we want. So I'm gonna go and open that. Turns out that chest only had a skull necklace in, so... I hadn't actually killed all the cannons. So, now having actually killed all the cannons, let's glide over there. Oh, you're fucking kidding me, right? So it turns out that I had forgotten that while I was moving around, I'd opened up the swift sail. The swift sail had changed the angle of the wind, and so it was no longer blowing from the platform I needed it to be. After all this shit, finally we get chart number 40. That was totally worth it. That was a lot of mental effort for me. Way, way more than it should have been. Anyway, now we are heading to Horseshoe Island, but I'm going to go via Headstone Island and pick up a treasure chart chest there. Now, we've actually arrived at these platforms to the southeast of Horseshoe Island, and what we're going to do here is... by the sounds of it, that was a Cargarok getting hit by one of the cannons from these things. So, that was amusing. I didn't see it, but everyone heard it. Cargaroks, making lots of Cargarok noises. As ever, this is just to kind of kill everything on the platform thing. Once you've killed everyone, you'll notice a switch here. Press it. And a chest appears on the other side. You don't need to kill everyone, apparently, but I chose to do that. So now we head over to the other side. Now here, once again, kill everything. Come here, you little bastard. Then with that done, there's a switch on... Ooh, there's a dropped a item orb. There is a switch on this side. Press it, and surprisingly enough, chest appears on the other side. So, let's grab the chest on this side first. It's only a wee chest, so you can tell it's not going to have much of value in, but it's always nice to have a golden... Well, it's not always nice to have a golden feather, actually, now. That's useless. Well, we can sell it to Beetle for money, but that's about it, because we used them all last episode. We gave them the Hoskets. So finally, we head back up to this first platform again, and there's this fancy chest at the top, so let's open that, and we will find... treasure chart number 43, which, if you look at the visualizer, will be the explanation for the slightly odd route we're about to take to our next destination. So our next destination is Needle Rock Island to the north, but we will be going first to Outset, well, yes, first to Outset, then back to Horseshoe Island, then up to Needle Rock Island to collect some kind of goodies on the way. Well, just get some chests hauled up, so see you there. Now here on Needle Rock Isle, what I'm going to do is attempt to regain some of my lost honour. You remember, many episodes ago, I attempted to fly to the top of the island with, oh dear, with a seagull and hit a switch in order to grab a treasure chest. This time, I'm actually going to attempt to do that. But now I know that I can move the camera, I can spiral much more tightly around the spire itself, and then there's the switch. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Nope, okay. Right, this is getting slightly more interesting now. I don't like this kind of dogfighting I'm having to do, oh god lord. And hits! No! Oh, that was so close. Right, let's circle back around. Yes! That worked very well. And so now we can abandon the gull to its unpleasant fate up there, and head across the island. And we get another piece of heart, which is brilliant. Now, oh good lord, they followed me here. Now we can head up to the north to the Three-Eye Reef. I'm not sure why I pronounced it like that. Now, the fact that I'm bothering to show you this should tell you that it's something vaguely of interest. So... nope, not on it, so nothing. Let's try there. It's annoying that pressing A to salvage doesn't actually stop you from moving. Like, it's difficult to explain, but it says press A to salvage, but you have to press B to stop moving first, and holding A to salvage won't salvage until you stop moving naturally, which is an issue. But we have dredged up a sea crate. Let's crack her open. And it's a piece of heart which contains another heart, completes another heart container for us, so now we're 2 into our second row, which is fantastic. But now, we are heading all the way to the north to the Three-Eye Reef, to Star Island, via Western Fairy Island to pick up some rupees. Now here, you'll notice there's a lot, again, of kind of bomb boulders. So, without further ado, we'll start bombing them. Let's start with this little one here. And let's move on to this bigger one over there, because our first one didn't hit. And let's drop something there, throw something over here. That's discovered, hey, that's what we wanted all right away, that's a hole. You'll notice though, when you start destroying other ones, bad things happen. What bad things? Well, you'll hear soon. If you don't see it, you'll definitely hear it. There we go. Oh, I knew they would be close. Bam! That'll do. These are mini-blins. These little beasts are quick and agile. They scurry along walls and gather in great numbers. You should deal them individually so they don't surround you, like they have currently done. But you know what? Fuck the mini-blins. Let's just go down this hole. Now down here, we basically have to do, start off, a couple of magtails, which we kill in the old-fashioned way. Because this time we don't actually need their bodies for anything, like we often do, so you can just press A at the right time, and you'll just slay them in one awesome helm splitter move. When they're killed... I love that swaggity walk that the bokoblins do, but a couple of bokoblins appear, they hop down, we kill them. And upon their death, more come. Swiggity swooty, I'm coming for that booty. That's just what that walk looks like to me. You can see where this is going now. Upon their death, 2 moblins come down. It's also worth noting at this point now, I have gathered 40, what are they called, joy pendants from various bokoblins, so I will not be gathering them anymore because no actual need for them. So let's kill these moblins. And upon killing the final moblin, a chest appears after all that. I'm an idiot, apparently can't even open a chest properly. And we get a piece of heart. More heart containers equals more life. Game, you could not be more right. Anything useful in here? Nope. But fuck of bombs and money. We have a lot of money now, we have 2,500. It's what you get for gathering all of these chests, like kind of the sea chart chests, as you go along. Now, there's one more thing we can do on the surface. If we equip our bombs again, and smash some of these things, I think it's one of these two, can't remember which, has something useful underneath it. I think it's this one. It's not that one. Is it this one? It's not that one either. Well, this isn't going well for me, is it? Let's be honest. That one had mini blins underneath it. Goody. think this is the one we want. Yep, this one has a blue choo-choo underneath it. So let's kill bloody mini blins as well, and grab the spoils from that choo-choo. Awesome. Now I will be moving eventually to the south, but on the most god-complicated route ever. So I will be stopping by Star Island, Northern Fairy Island, Mother and Child Isles, Spectacle Island, Tingle Island, and eventually arriving at Windfall Island. Now, up on Windfall Island, we need to head up towards Zunari's shop. Because, well, I will explain what I'm about to do, because rather than doing that, I'm actually going to talk to this guy here, who, when we talk to him, he says, "Have you seen the small metal pedestals all around this town? We call those joy pedestals. Yeah, they got installed a little while back by the newly formed Joyous Volunteer Association. It's part of this grand plan to help decorate the town. Anyway, they're brilliant. I may as well tell you that both myself and Zunari, the guy who runs that stall over there, are members. You just have to be a part of stuff like this." So, if we go and speak to Zunari over here at the sales counter, you will notice there is a flower behind the counter. Oh, he's being an arse. Firstly, we have to speak to him over here. And then he says this thing about, yeah, he's able to open a stall. Yes, and he goes on this big talk that I'm going to explain much later in the game, because he's basically trying to lead us on to another side quest there. Now we can talk to... Oh, my god, man. Sorry about the cut there. Zunari said a load of spoilers for a quest I'm going to do later, so I decided to cut them out. What we need to do is buy some of these town flowers from him. We can buy, weirdly enough though, we've got a load of space in our delivery bag. We can only hold 3 at any one time. But as you see, you'll notice these little kind of, hold on a sec. You will notice these things all around the island. What we need to do is go plonk. And then plonk. And you'll kind of notice that there are loads all around the island and you need to fill them up with flowers. Plonk. And one here. And one there. One there. One here. One there. Then there's 6 slots along here. So we go 1, 2... Nope. I don't want to show it to anyone. I want to blink in... No, I don't want to throw it away. I want to keep it. I love the violence with which the doctor puts them down. Thwack! So let's buy our final 3 from Zunari's. This takes a while because of that, as you'll have noticed that you need to go back and buy another 3 each time, even though there's loads of space in the delivery bag. 1 there. 1 here. And then final 1 there. With all 12 flowers placed, well, with all 12 slots filled, doesn't have to be flowers, later on you get different items and you can place them in there as well. But we come back, talk to this Joyous Volunteer Association man, and he says, wow, Windfall just seems to be filled with joy recently. Say, haven't you been cooperating with the volunteers, haven't you? You know what I'm talking about, decorating the town. Oh really, you have? Wow, it never fails to amaze me how kind and thoughtful folks can be. I know, I'll return you some kindness of my own. And he gives us a piece of heart. So that's a very long quest, kind of just in terms of time consuming, but it's out of the way now. So we're going to head to the west and slightly to the south over to Rockspire Isle. Now, as you can see, Rockspire Isle is another one of those ones that we were completely powerless to investigate until we obtained bombs. But now we have bombs, there's so much we can do here. There are literally, 6 items, useful things that have been marked on the visualizer that we can get just from this island, so that's awesome. Have to be kind of clever with our timing. So throw the bomb then, and that works. We hop across, and you see how this goes. Do. That kind of worked, actually. I don't know, didn't think my little song would work, but apparently it did. Do bum 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 bum. Yeah. Well, what do you know? You learn something new every single day. Now you've noticed I equipped the boomerang, and that's because there's a blue choo-choo here. Now that I think actually makes 15, which means we can now go and get blue potion. But I'm going to do that once I've actually gathered all of them. And sorry, I just kicked the desk really hard. Now here, there are just 2 torches that we need to light. So we use a club stick as ever, grab some fire, and light these 2 torches. 1 and 2. And that unleashes a colossal horde of keys, which we then have to blend our way through. As you can see, the boomerang is immensely useful there. But, chest appears once we've killed all the keys, and inside it is treasure chart number 37. Got a lot of treasure charts now, but we have been getting them at a fair pace because of the kind of all the rupees I've been stopping to get along the way, especially in that last little kind of arc that we did. Now, still more we can do here, not on the island itself, but you will notice Beedle's shopship. Those of you who have taken, oh no, slow down you bastard. Those of you who have taken your time to consult Beedle's charts will notice that the one surrounding Rockspire Isle, get back here you bugger! Oh, I'm gonna die now, this is gonna be horrendous. He's not parking, stop, turn around, slow down, come back, man! He is the worst shop ever. Like, what kind of customer service is this that I have to swim to get to, and even then you don't bloody put your brakes on? Well, now for the first time we get to see what it looks like when you drown. You slowly slide further and further under the surface of the water, and then bam! Makes a really weird noise. But what we can do now is actually track down Beedle's shopship properly, because those of you who are playing along and have taken the time to consult your Beedle's charts will see that the one on this particular island... Stop, man! God, I've got to like, sit right in front of me, even then he's not properly stopping, good God. This one is wearing a mask, and the reason for that is... This is Masked Beedle's shopship. And he pretends that he's not Beedle, and it's all very hilarious. He has 3 things on sale: a treasure chart, an empty bottle, and a piece of heart. They all cost extraordinary amounts. The bottle is 500. The piece of heart is 950. These are all going to flash up very quickly on the visualizer. And finally, treasure chart number 4, which is 900 rupees. From all those rupees we had, we're now down to but 900. You can see why I gathered all of those silver rupees along the way. Because we have just literally splurged about 2,000 rupees in one there. But, Doctor, you must be saying now, we must surely be finished on Rockspire Isle. Alas, well, not even alas, just generally, there is one final thing we can do. If you come over here slightly, you will see these 2 ships identifiable by the kind of flags that they have on the horizon. Now that we've got a cannon, we are very much capable of taking out ships. 3 swift shots from the cannon. 1, 2, 3, except I'm counting, but I'm not actually hitting them, so there we go, we can actually L-target them up close, apparently. And they sink. Yes, there we go. And they drop a light ring behind, and the light ring has something very useful in it. Oh, that one was an orange rupee. Well, then we've got to take out the second one, because that actually does have something very useful in it. Come on, you bugger. 1, 2, and 3. And then we drop the salvage crane to the left, and this one actually has something useful in it. A piece of heart, creating another heart container. God, we've got 3 on the second row already. And now, finally, we're doing what I've been building up to for ages. We're actually getting on with some plot. So I'm going to sail over to Northern Triangle Island. Now there's a cyclone just outside this island, and I would recommend going to all available kind of... all available? What was I even going to say? Doing as much as you can, essentially, to avoid said cyclone, because it'll send you to the far bloody corners of the earth. Instead, on the island proper, there's not much, but there's this weird-looking statue, and when you approach it, its eyes glow a creepy red. Ha, that looks really cool with the cyclone in the background. Wandering traveller who seeks the guidepost of the goddess, place the pearl you hold here. So we place Din's pearl upon its hands. Oh, it glows properly now. Ah, in the old game, that used to graphics used to get really glitchy there, and the lighting used to flick around wildly. But yes, you place Din's pearls in the ancient Scottish statue's hand. I nearly said. I don't know where I even got Scottish from. I'm just going completely mad. I've recorded the last 2 this episode and the one before it in one batch. It's been nearly 2.5 hours for me to just get 2 episodes out because of all the travelling I've had to do. That's my only problem with doing the Wind Waker as an LP. But now we head down to Eastern Triangle Island. And once again, we see a very similar statue, except this one's got a slightly different sigil on its head, and when we approach it, its eyes glow green instead of red. So obviously that means we place Ferora's Pearl on this one. You can do these 3 in any order, but I'm just doing it in the order literally because this is just the order I'm coming from. So that kind of does a sort of glowy thing, and then says you place Ferora's Pearl in the statue's hand, and then we head off to the south and west to finally Southern Triangle Island. And then on this island, unsurprisingly, we find another statue. So, we're going to place the pearl in its hand. You'll notice this episode has been slightly longer than the rest, but I kind of wanted to get some plot done, so I've pushed the episode boundary back a bit further. Hope you'll forgive me for that, but we've had too many episodes of gathering things. I just wanted to get on with some plot, really, this episode, and also we're about to have my favourite cutscene in the whole game. So I'm going to actually keep quiet for this and just let you watch it in its full splendour. Enjoy, we place Naryu's pearl in the statue's hands.